Hello survivors! A new week brings a new episode of The Garage. Today, you'll learn how to thoroughly recreate a real-life tank in the game, the rich prehistory of crossout weaponry, how to stop being tortured by a radiator cooler mix-up, and start actually living. No time to explain. Let's go! Did you know that lots of crossout weaponry has been created based on other older weaponry created long before the catastrophe? Some enthusiasts from Out Forum have done a research based on ancient archives, while masters from the garage studied and updated them. The result is amusing at very best. Make yourself comfortable. We'll begin with machine guns. Take SM Hornet for example. Every newbie knows about it since it's usually the first installed weapon. Guns are initially equipped with electric trigger, so there shouldn't be any difficulties with installing it. Before the Crossout, PKM, Kalashnikov's machine gun, had similar construction. As the basic AK, it was a widely used model. LM54 Cord constantly appears in the lists of the most traded goods on the market. It's in high demand not only with newbies. The jam-proof, cheap, and easy-to-use machine gun is desired by many. It's installed by mechanics manually. FN30 may be considered as its predecessor. It was created by the Belgians based on the M1919, which in turn was made out of the M1917. One of the most powerful machine guns throughout the history of humankind before the Crossout was heavy machine gun. It was used for shooting at ground, over water, and even air targets. Obviously, KPV served as an inspiration source and, most likely, a source of parts for the MM54 Vector. This one is still valued for decent accuracy and amazing piercing capabilities. Spectre 2 is a double machine gun made of two vectors. Nomads dug out these guns at old aerodromes under the piles of rummage. Its construction allows for destroying low-flying targets. In the New World, there are practically no aircraft. This is why the gun has been quite reasonably adapted for common fights. Taking into account all the above mentioned, ZPU-2 can be called Spectre's father. Until the end of the world, the set was exactly used for destroying light rides and small flying objects. You can also trace the background of many shotguns. The dark horse here is probably Lupara. It has integrated acknowledgement and fame comparable to Cord. Despite this, even old mechanics are at a loss trying to answer for sure who started making it and using what parts. Judging by our archives, it's German MP28 as a gas pipe in the bases. The fill-in is cunningly remade to achieve more effectiveness in a close-range battle. A powerful sledgehammer shotgun crafted for custom bullet is created on Lunatic's workbench. The form factor and the shooting principle undoubtedly remind you of the Mark 19, its forefather, the most popular grenade launcher of the U.S. Army. The barrel is a bit shorter though. Analogous to the Mark 19 in Chinese Army was the QLZ-07. This semi-automatic weapon was more compact than its American counterpart and provided the basis for Thunderbolt. Two barrels fire by turns. Hence they practically don't overheat. As for Hammerfall, this one was created with the parts of different launchers. Some people still scratch their heads over which ones. A distinctive sound of shooting is recognized by any inhabitant of the wastes. Most probably this model was created out of the LAG-40 or Vector Y3 AGL components made in Spain and RSA respectively. Intrigued? Believe us, this is only the beginning. Weaponry can tell interesting stories too. We strongly advise on hitting that bell icon and subscribing, never to miss the next episode of the Weaponry of the Garage. Particular suggestions on weaponry, crafting, or gaming tactics have become so frequent and important that we've decided to create a special section for them. While last time we dealt with the vagaries of invisibility combat for good, today we'll talk about the work principles of radiators and coolers. Despite different working principles, additional modules are often mixed up. Radiators increase the time of potential overheating, which elongates the time of non-stop shooting. Coolers help weaponry cool faster, which increases the damage per second parameter. The major issue is that riders often don't have enough energy to install both kinds simultaneously, since these upgrades are only thought through at the end of the line. Our engineers see the following as the best solution. If you prefer machine guns, Radiator is your priority. It reinforces the advantages of quick firers. If we're talking about shotguns or automatic guns, choose coolers. While upgrading or recrafting the ride, you might want to think of combining. And if you're dealing with heavy guns, there's not much need in additional modules whatsoever. Cooling off our heads a bit after fire starters appeared in the wastes, we've decided to have a classical test drive episode. Today, in our show, the most loved crafts from the exhibition of last week. Next time, we'll come back to checking out the crafts from the comments. So be bold and leave the names under the video. A standard tank without any substantive engineering idea. We met such tanks in the section before, as well as on the fields of the wastes and at the exhibition in abundance. Scar AB would have most probably be glad to have this one in his collection, especially a new one. 2 Tsunami Guns and a scope between them will be used in combat. We've seen something like that right in the previous episode of the show. The basis in turn is built on Karakurt cabin with the support by a dangerous generator. Additional ammo helps stay longer at the combat field. Max speed is not big, while acceleration is truly poor. Taking into account of all this, it's not gonna be easy. Why so many thumbs up then? Thing is, Terminator in great detail copies a Russian craft which existed before the Crossout, and the harder you check, the more similarities you find. From these two impressive guns with the scope between to the distinctive form of the front dowels and the flat behind. We've recollected the leader of scavengers for a reason. Such admirers of beautiful organic crafting have put this one at the top. We'll add a bonus point for such efforts. 3 out of 5. Without fresh Bigfoots, this ride would have lost a significant part of its efficiency. A good off-road capability combined with close to max speed make it a good craft for planned sabotages. A radar detection device, a radio, and chameleon module make a cunning combination. Everything's done for the sole purpose of fully uncovering the enemy's dislocation of your team and then heading off to render sudden justice. For that, we have 3 sparks, simultaneously shooting only sideways. It's admissible taking into account a decent maneuverability of the ride. The weapon effectively strikes off even several enemy in the aiming cone. If you dare, you can even attack a small group. In a critical situation, front saws will do their job. Everything would have been awesome if all the important parts weren't that dead easy to shoot off, sparing the ride of its massive advantages. Unfortunately, you have to make peace with it. More than 11,000 points of power will get Ostanavitel, what a name though, to fight pretty tough enemy. Traces of 8 Bigfoots will definitely give you away. An experienced fighter will undoubtedly notice your approach, even in the invis. 3 out of 5. Well, that's it for today, survivors. Fight and train, design and trade. See you in a week right here in the garage. Tell your friends about the show if you like it, and leave your comments. We're always ready to hear you out. Be seeing ya.